Hi guys, karibu sana kwenye Football Fans Clan, channel ya pekee hapa Kenya ambayo inaangazia tu hisia, maoni na mbwembwe za mashabiki wa soka kila baada ya mechi kubwa. Iwapo wewe ni mgeni, basi na kuomba usahau kusubscribe, kulike na kushare hii video. Na hii maneno yote na kupa shukrani zetu kwa kuendelea kutazama.
Lukaku is a defender. Lukaku is a defender, he cannot score, he's a defender. Yes.
You must be okay, you must be good, and you must be happy because you are rooting for Manchester City. And City have just won the Champions League for the first time. Give me your take.
Yes, a treble for Manchester City, I think they deserve a congratulation. They've done well. They deserved this win. The way they started the game, and they just punished a mistake. They just punished a mistake. So I think they've done a good game. They've done a good job. They came into this knowing that they were on a mission, which they did accomplish. They didn't just come in to play, but they were on a mission that is well accomplished. Yeah.
What do you think didn't work for Inter Milan?
Everything worked out for Inter Milan. Everything worked out for Inter Milan except for Lautaro Martinez. The difference in this game has been between Lautaro Martinez and Rodrigo. Inter Milan had a very open chance to score. They didn't capitalize on that. What happened? Rodrigo gets a ball in a very tight position, he scores. And you know what Man City are made of? They are good. They just needed that goal, then manage the game. Score, then manage the game. And they've done that consistently. They are the new Champions League winners. Give it to Manchester City team is the mental strength of their players. In case they are called upon to play in whatever position, be it out of position, in position, where you play or where you don't play, you just fit in and play. You just play as per the instructions. You just go there, believe in yourself, which I think Phil Foden coming in, he wanted to prove like I can do better here. And you've seen what has happened. He has had a chance. He has played very well in that position. His ball distribution, his supporting the attack, coming back for collection and all that, just like what you would have expected De Bruyne to do. You would have thought like probably after De Bruyne being injured, you would have thought like probably Manchester City would break down. But still, you remember, I told you the difference between Man City and these other teams is always their midfield. They have a player in Gundogan who can hold that ball, move around with it. They have, I think he's said to be the most genius player on planet as it stands, David Bernardo Silva, who has always been very good in ball retention. Then you bring in Foden, who is also good in ball retention and dribbling and passing. So the difference, the whole difference in this game is in Manchester City's midfield. Let me say this, before that, you look at how Inter Milan started this game. They were doing everything right. They made every space tight for Manchester City to pass around the ball. They were on each ball. They were pressing high. They were going in hard. But you see what Manchester City did? They just did calm down, try and play our game, try and move around with this ball. When we lose this ball, we are playing for each other. And that's what they did. So you look at Inter Milan, if they had continued with that press, with that hard, we were playing hard on Manchester City, then Lautaro, if he would have converted that goal, then we would be talking of something different. Something different. And as I said yesterday before in our preview, I said sometimes it's fate. Sometimes it's fate. God gives you one chance, you have to capitalize because you don't know when the next chance is coming. And today, fate has balanced everything. They had a chance, they failed to convert. Manchester City got a very tight chance. They did convert. That's the end of the game. That's the end of the game. That's what we call fate. Get yours utilized. If you don't utilize, you're punished. Game ends. Yeah.
And do you think if Romelu Lukaku had started this match, would have made any difference for Inter Milan?
I don't think even the coming in of Romelu Lukaku did change Inter Milan. In fact, if anything, when he came in, I think they became very blunt. Very blunt. Because you look at Zeko, they were pushing the Manchester City defenders with the Lautaro. with their pace, the positioning, and where they were receiving those balls. You look at Zeko was receiving the balls more at the center, in between the defenders, causing some few problems here, allowing Lautaro Martinez to make runs and move around with the ball. But once Lukaku came in, he's either moving out, collecting those balls, playing in weak shots, trying to play in weak headers. He has had a chance. He has had a chance to finish the game again, but he didn't score. Inter Milan has had a chance again to score. He's ahead of the ball. He's like defending. So I think it was a terrible substitution. I think it was I don't know how to call it, but I think it was a problem. It was a problem for Zeko going out. I don't think Lukaku helped that team. He didn't help the team. You look at his shot. How do you play such a shot? How do you stand in the way of the ball? The ball is being headed in. The only thing you need to do is move away from the ball. Let whoever is heading the ball look at the goal. You're still standing there. You defend the ball and you come back walking. Zero. I think it's terrible. It's been terrible. Lukaku is terrible. Yeah.
Look at Lukaku, the other number 9 for Manchester City, that is Erling Haaland. It was 1 in 7. Now it is 1 in 8. How can you rate his performance today?
All I can tell you is that according to Pep Guardiola's style of play, it's not a must that Haaland scores, but his work is to keep pushing the defenders. You look at it, the defenders had a difficult time. They were man-marking him, always trying to foul him, always is harassing them. You look at even at this ball, he had run in, all defenders were looking at him because they thought probably a cross will come for him, a pass will be played onto his path, but that's not what was not happening. I've told you, Manchester City are people who are playing some good football and they know what they're doing. Now, what do you do? Haaland is marked. Everybody's worried about Haaland. The whole team, when Haaland gets the ball, they're on him. They want to foul him. They want to harass him. They want to make sure he's not getting the balls. What happens? We use the second line. And because he's the only center forward there, he was the only one playing as a striker, as a center forward, as a lone striker, just there. But his work was just to harass, open up that defense, keep them on toes, let them backtrack, let's play the ball back in. As they follow you, you bring back the ball, we try and score from different positions. And that has happened for Manchester City in the last 3, 4, 5 games where he has not scored. Gundogan has been scoring. We've seen De Bruyne score. We've seen Bernardo Silva score. We've seen even Foden and Grealish scoring. So it has worked. It has worked. So Haaland there is just a decoy. Yeah.
Pep Guardiola in this match has made only 2 changes. The one was caused by injury for De Bruyne, and the next one only Kyle Walker. Then why do you think Guardiola made those few changes, just 2 in a match like this one?
Sometimes as a coach, you look at a match, you look at the tempo, you look at what is happening there, you look at your players, you look at the spirit. What are they doing? These are guys who've decided, let it be. The 11v11 men, let them play. Let them play. Let them play against each other. You might make a substitution. Someone comes in like the way Lukaku comes in, the game slows down, the team goes down. So you only need, if the tempo is on the same and everybody is matching the tempo, you allow them to keep up with the tempo. Because if that's what is going to win the game, then you go for it. I even don't think if De Bruyne was not injured, I think he would still be in the game. And probably Pep would have made one change. And you look at the change he made, he brought in Kyle Walker just to support the defense, and because Stones was injured. So sometimes it's difficult to make those changes. You have to read it, look at the tempo, look at how they are playing, look at how they are combining, look at how they are communicating, look at how they do their thing. Then allow them to play. You don't make so many changes because now the standards are set, the pace is set, everything is set. Allow them to do what they have to do. Of course, when you're on the pitch, you're playing even for that guy who is on the bench. It's not that they're badly off, but let them play. Yeah.
Who was your man of the match?
My man of the match, of course, is the goal scorer. Rodrigo. I think that was clever. That goal made the difference, and that's where Manchester City are as it stands. So let's give it to him. He did a lot of work in the midfield, and he has had a number of interceptions. He has had a number of passes. You look at his movement from the second third to playing that pass in the final third. I think that was very good of him. And number two, he played a very good role in slowing down the Inter Milan players. I think he was the most, he was a bit physical, the only guy who was somehow physical in the Manchester City team. Yeah.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. And before we forget, tell that guy of mine, the guy I think he's called the River. Tell the River, the 1,000 shillings must come. Must come. Yes.